Hello, my name is Nirmala Garimella, and welcome to the first episode of my new web series in Lokwani called This Is My Life, a conversation on food, travel, and wellness. I launched this series to explore on how each of us define our lives through the lens of food, travel, and wellness, a lifelong pursuit of mine. My guest today is Dr. Sailaja Reddy. Dr. Sailaja Reddy, or Dr. Saila, is a physician over 25 years of experience who aims to heal patients through functional medicine approach, a new model of healthcare that focuses on identifying the root cause of wellness and treating your body as a whole system rather than treating isolated set of symptoms. Dr. Saila does advanced diagnostic testing and tailors the treatment plans to the patient's specific needs. She is an American board certified physician in internal medicine, integrative, and functional medicine. She is also the founder of Root Health MD, a functional and integrative medicine clinic located in Framingham, Massachusetts. Dr. Saila has a YouTube channel on healthy cooking and is the author of an ebook on weight loss, Whittling Away Your Waist. She lives in Canton, Massachusetts with her husband and two sons. She is a nature lover, enjoys her free time, traveling, hiking, gardening, cooking, and reading. Welcome, Dr. Saila. It is good to have you on this show.
Thank you so much for the nice introduction, Nirmala.
You're welcome. So I want to start, the discussion today with asking you, what is your daily inspiration?
So I feel fortunate to be able to find my purpose in life and to be able to make a difference in others' lives through functional medicine is my inspiration. And this passion inspires me more than anything else. I am a huge nature lover. Seeing things in life inspires me. When I'm outside in nature, I soak up with sounds of nature, fragrances of flowers, leaves, and trees around me. And the sight of seeing Mother Nature itself inspires me.
That's wonderful, because now I think more than ever, during times of where we are all isolated and quarantined, nature plays a big role in our lives.
That's how I relieve my stress.
Yeah. And so I just want to also ask you, you've talked about functional medicine. So yes, can you tell us what's the difference between integrative, functional, holistic, and alternative medicine?
Okay, let me explain you what functional medicine is, and then I will go to the differences. Functional medicine is an approach to health that focuses on identifying the underlying root causes of the disease and illness rather than addressing the isolated set of symptoms. It is personalized medicine. It represents a shift from the traditional disease-centered approach to a patient-centered approach. We find the root causes of the disease and find nutritional and biochemical imbalance that may be making the people feel ill and help search for the underlying triggers that may be contributing to the illness through cutting-edge technology. And we tailor the treatment and intervention to the patient's specific needs. Okay, functional medicine basically puts the healing power back in the patient's hands, and we are just guides to help the patients. And integrative medicine is an approach to health and wellness, slightly different actually than functional medicine. It includes mind, body, and spirit instead of addressing only the physical aspect of health. And integrative medicine focuses on a person as a whole and approaches to healing that includes a wide variety of non-conventional treatments such as meditation, herbal remedies, and essential oils, yoga, acupuncture, and a lot more. And there is a couple of terms that are a little confusing for the people, which is complementary medicine. Complementary medicine is it's a non-mainstream practice, and it is when it is used together with conventional medicine, it's considered as complementary medicine. And there's another term is like alternative medicine. If non-mainstream medicine is used in place of conventional medicine, then it is alternative medicine. There's a subtle differences in how you describe them.
That's fascinating, to know the different types of how one can heal oneself, But what made you start this after like almost 25 years of traditional practice?
Being born in India and having spent nearly 25 years there, grew up in a family where my mother, who treated us, with a lot of natural remedies, I was exposed in my childhood to this. And but I must admit that I never paid that much attention to my lifestyle when I initially came to USA, because I was so stressed out with all the exams that I had to take and the residencies. So I had some autoimmune conditions myself, and I was admitted in the hospital. At one point, I was told that I had only 50% chance of survival in 24
My
hours.
goodness.
So it was scary. And fortunately, I recovered. And I was told that if it comes back again, they had to get my spleen out. That day, I was holding, my belly, and I said, "You're not going anywhere. I will do my best to keep myself healthy." And that's when my search started to stay healthy. And I've joined some groups. There are like raw food groups, and I did a lot of research. That's how I stumbled upon integrative medicine. From there, I took uh, formal training in functional medicine, and I chose this route, and which I really love.
Yeah, so there's a lot to do. People talk nowadays about so much the importance of the gut, right? How
Yes.
gut is so important in how we look at the holistic way of taking care of our bodies. So, what are the common conditions that you treat?
So there are several conditions. Basically, any chronic condition that you take, the root cause is your gut dysfunction. So that's my field of expertise, in fact.
I
Um,
see.
in conventional medicine, the GI specialists, they're like more procedure oriented. I don't see, because I have seen that for 25 years. And this detailed gut evaluation is not done there. It's more like a procedures. So we do a lot of advanced testing, which are not done in the traditional practice. So these tests give us idea of like how your gut function is, digestive capacity, and type of bacteria you have, and any food sensitivities, and even the toxins that you have, how we can detoxify. This amazing test. So this technology is just unbelievable. It's fascinating. Every day I learn some new things. And the common conditions, that I treat are gut-related conditions, like any inflammations in the gut, digestive problems, like bloating, and any gut symptoms. And a lot of people nowadays have acid reflux, and the
Yeah,
medications for acid reflux, in my opinion, make it worse, because they promote bad bacteria in the small intestine, which is like a sterile place for the absorption. If you have bad bacteria in the small intestine, you won't be able to absorb food properly. So then you develop symptoms of bloating. So that's where we looking at the bacteria that produces the gas there. And if you treat that, your absorption gets better. Indirectly, actually, that's going to help a lot of chronic conditions, like even diabetes, high blood pressure. Once you absorb the nutrients, you can reverse many chronic diseases. And we do take care of the diabetes, and some of my patients were able to in fact reverse their diabetes with functional medicine approach. It's really fascinating field of medicine. And in the conventional medicine, for example, if a diabetic patient goes, and traditionally like a fasting blood sugar is checked, and we check the hemoglobin A1C, and we give like medications. And of course we tell about the diet, but doctors don't spend that much time about it. But diet by itself is not enough. You need to look at the root causes and treat those root
yeah,
causes, then diet gets more effective. And in functional approach, it's a systems biology approach, which is different for each individual. It's not the same treatment like traditional practice. The treatment approach is different for every patient here. So it's the same thing with high blood pressure also, because we need to find out that there's any toxins, or whether there's any micronutrient deficiencies, or there's any hormonal imbalance, or anything else that's giving the patient blood pressure. Sometimes even simple things like magnesium, zinc, and all those nutrient deficiencies, when you correct it, that could help a lot with the blood pressure. And some medications make you deficient of substances like CoQ10. And so we correct all those deficiencies and be able to, correct their blood pressure. And the thyroid problems also the same thing. In traditional practice, they do a few simple thyroid tests, but we do a lot of advanced testing, and give the nutrients and supplements if necessary. And sometimes we could, with the lifestyle changes and the supplements, we could even correct the thyroid deficiencies in some patients.
Oh,
And the
yeah,
same
we
with the
did.
food allergies too. We have success with the food sensitivities. You know, food sensitivities come when you have what we call leaky gut. It's when the gut heals, the food sensitivities get better.
Yeah, because a lot of people have autoimmune disorders right now, and then there is so much of stress in the lifestyle of people. So all this really matters right now. So if I were to ask you, what are the simple ways of detoxification? Like, do you have any tips that you want to share?
Yeah, it's interesting that you asked me about it because recently I got my toxin levels tested. I used to think that I was very healthy. Probably I don't need all the testing.
You look great.
So then, to be honest, I had about 50 times more of some chemicals in my body. I was totally shocked to see that number. Because most of the food that I eat comes from my own garden, and I eat almost like 70% organic food. And that's when in my research, I found that it is not just what you eat. Sometimes, what your gut absorbs also matter. So when you have, improper absorption, then more toxins get absorbed. So I was put on a detoxification protocol, but you don't really have to do that. But the simple things that everyone can do at home are, I'll just tell you a few things that people can do. But if it's too many toxins, I'm sure I recommend that you should get the detoxification protocol. And simple things are like, first, we take it for granted. We have to hydrate with water. As you get older, our body don't sense the dehydration that well. So just don't rely on thirst, because not everybody can feel thirsty when the body is dehydrated. So you have to drink like 8 glasses of water, 8-ounce glasses. The simple way is like about half of the weight in pounds. Like if you weigh 200 pounds, you should drink 100 ounces of water every day. And if you exercise and all, it goes up a little bit. And another thing, exercise. You have to exercise every day, because sufficient regular exercise schedule is important for everybody's health. It's important for healthy cleanse, because it improves your circulation and you're able to get the toxins out of your body easily. And the most important thing is sleep and rest. So the body cells go into repair mode at night, which is why it is essential to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Resting also, we have to have stress relieving practices and meditation, deep breathing exercises. They're all detoxifying techniques. And another thing that we usually practice in our culture is intermittent fasting. That also detoxifies your body. When you fast, depends on what type of fasting you choose. Personally, I do like 1 full day fasting every week. If you do that, a lot of bad bacteria and yeast and that type of things are cleared from your body. That is a detoxification. It helps a lot if you can do that once a week. I mean, or if you choose like staying like a time restricted eating, just eat only for a window of 8 hours. You might want to do it 2 or 3 days in a week. Depends on your health. If you're healthy, maybe 2 days a week is enough. If you're trying to reverse any chronic conditions, we need to do it a little more than that.
So pretty much what you're saying is, the detoxification is a lifestyle, right? It's how you adopt.
Yeah, in early stages. But I think, in this toxic world, almost every one of us, have some toxins in the body. Maybe it is not a bad idea to get it tested at least once every 2 years or so to see where you stand.
So when we come to your, if we were to visit your office, detoxification, doing this test would be one of the things that you would do to your patient.
In fact, I do it almost on everybody with chronic condition, because that's one of the reasons of chronic condition. That's how we find the root causes.
And your patients always feel good after they go through your...
Yes, some patients even said like a simple things that I said, like, the seeds Stochmeria, which is basil seeds, like by taking them like 1 teaspoon every day, that in fact cleans your gut. It won't give you the bad diarrhea or anything, but it cleans your gut. By cleaning your gut, you're not reabsorbing some toxins. Simple things like that are also very helpful. Some herbs and some leaves, like, there's something called dandelion, which is in fact a weed. You can find it in our lawn.
In my yard, actually, outside. Yeah.
This dandelion is very good to clear your toxins in your bile. It helps with the bile, excretion. If you pay attention to simple things like that, it helps. That itself is one whole hour topic to discuss.
Yeah. Well, we hope to come back, but tell me, where do your patients, like, if you prescribe some medication, like, where would they get them? Would they get them from?
I usually use online dispensary, but because of the trusted brands and quality of the medications there, the patients have access to my online dispensary.
And do you accept all insurance?
Unfortunately not. We don't accept insurance because it's a time-intensive process. Even though I see patients 1 hour or more than that sometimes, I spend at least 2 hours in reviewing the records before they come. And after I get the lab results, I need to spend at least 6 hours with each patient's plan. I do custom tailor the treatment plans to review the labs. These labs are like anywhere from 30 to 40 pages, average number, for each patient. So I have to review all those labs and come up with a treatment plan. And we take the detailed history and detailed examination. All these things are time intensive. So it's not covered by the insurance. Insurance covers only the standard care.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. We could, like you said, talk for a long time, but I do want to say, do you have any final message to the audience, to our viewers?
I'd like to mention the final message for the audience who are just wondering, why we are concerned about the health so much now, because there's a mismatch between our bodies and our environment. All organisms on Earth are adapted to life in a specific environment, and when the environment changes drastically and the organisms have no time to adapt it, there's a mismatch. So we need to go back to that ancestral techniques and eating a whole food, nutrient-dense foods, and exercising often, and embracing the time-tested stress management techniques, sleep habits and other ancestral lifestyle approaches are very helpful. We all should be mindful of those things.
No, thank you so much, Dr. Saila. This was a very informative chat, and I'm sure our viewers will definitely more informed on these new forms of medicine, and hopefully they will all take care of themselves in this tough times, especially, and in just for the health of their own future. So thank you once again. You have been my first guest on this web series that I hope to
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be your first guest. Hopefully we'll do more interviews in future together.
Absolutely. Thank you. Sorry, thank you. I do want to invite viewers to tune in every month for the next episode of This Is My Life, a conversation on food, travel, and wellness. Till then, cheers and goodbye.
Thank you.